Comcast presents the Comcast Daily Herald High School Football Playoff Game of the Week. This week's matchup, the Crystal Lake South Gators take on the Cary-Grove Trojans in the Class 6A State quarterfinal playoff game. Welcome to Cary-Grove High School in Cary, Illinois, everyone, as we get ready for a matchup between the Gators and the Trojans. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach, John Cohn. Great to have you with us here on Comcast. And, Coach, these two teams met here, just about a month ago in the regular season. It was a classic game, but tonight, a lot more at stake.
Yeah, rematch tonight should be a great game. A lot of people say, Perry, the first game these two teams met, one of the best games ever in McHenry County. Of course, Cary-Grove won that ball game, but it came down to the final seconds. Can we have a repeat tonight? We'll see. As you mentioned, the stakes are that much higher. Folks, the team that wins tonight is now 2 steps away from the state championship. Huge game, big crowd, should be a fun one.
Okay, Coach, let's talk about the teams first, starting with the Gators, the Crystal Lake South. This is a program the last few years, they've reached the quarterfinals, but they're still trying to break through the door and reach the next round.
Yeah, but they put together a tremendous program here. Jim Stuglis, the head coach, and his coaching staff have really developed a solid program. 5 straight years in the playoffs. That's an amazing record. But you're right, they haven't yet been able to get to the semifinals. They want badly to win tonight. If they do it, though, they got to beat a real good Cary-Grove team.
Well, they have a record of 10-1 coming in. That one loss to Cary-Grove. Cary-Grove, a record of 11-0, and they reached the state championship game last year, and they want to take that next step here again tonight toward the semifinals.
Bruce Kay's put together a great program, too, and that's amazing. Down to the state championship game. They repeat, and they go undefeated this year. 2-time Fox Valley Conference champs. They've reestablished themselves as the top team in McHenry County, but they got to defend their turf tonight and go back to the semifinals. It's a senior-dominated, athletic, and quick team. Very, very good ball club.
Let's talk about some of the players you'll see here tonight on our Comcast Daily Herald Game of the Week, starting with the Gators, and they have an outstanding running back in Ryan Lowmiller.
He's the main guy, no question about it. All conference last year as a junior, gained over 700 yards. This year, over 1,200 yards. He's a big, strong kid on the inside, 6'2", 218 pounds. But what makes him special, Perry, is he's got great speed also. When he gets in the open field, he can break it. One of the top running backs we'll see all season.
And for Cary-Grove, they have a lot of talented players, but one we'll see on both sides of the ball, an outstanding defensive back, and that is Alex Kuba.
Bruce Kay, the head coach, says in 29 years of watching, playing, and coaching high school football, Alex Kuba, number 27, the best defensive back he's ever seen. He says the best defensive back in the state. We're going to find out tonight. It'll be a big test, but this kid's terrific. And he's starting to play on the offensive side of the ball. He'll run. He'll go off for pass catches, too. So he's a double sword, double-edged weapon.
So there you have it. It is the Gators and the Trojans. An ideal night for football. Don Johnson along the sidelines here tonight. We'll kick it off next. You're watching the Comcast Daily Herald High School Football.
You're watching the Comcast Network. Turn to us first.
It's not always clear how what happens around the world affects suburban Chicago. That's why you need the Daily Herald. We give you not only the big picture, but also the local focus on international events, business, politics, sports, entertainment, and more. And we do it better than anyone. To subscribe, call 800-354-4.
We'll hear from Don Johnson.
This is the much heralded rematch that everybody's been waiting for between Crystal Lake South and Cary-Grove. Now, these two coaches share a lot in common. Bruce Kay, when I was talking to him prior to the game, he said about early this morning, about 5:30, he was on the phone and he was talking to his good buddy Jim Stuglis of Crystal Lake South, but they weren't talking about football. It's like playing your brother here today. These guys are prepared for this game. Now, earlier, Cary-Grove won the game during the season 28-20, but they came out and made a lot of mistakes in the first half, turned the ball over, got down 17-0. So I think Cary-Grove has the advantage coming into this game tonight, because if they don't make those mistakes, they've got a good running football team, and they don't turn the ball over a lot. Cary-Grove, they've got to throw the ball to win tonight. They're another running football team, so they share a lot in common, but we'll see what the outcome here is tonight. A lot at stake. Let's go upstairs to John and Perry.
All right, thanks very much. As Cary-Grove won the toss, they have deferred to the second half, and they will kick off. Kuba doing the honors, and here's the kickoff. Taken there by Ryan Kelly, and he will take it and break to the far sideline, and he will be taken down by number 23. That's Nick Nenny. And here's a look at the Crystal Lake South Gators, their offense, and no real secret here. Great running attack led by Low Miller, but great production this year by Mike Brown, more than 800 yards on the ground.
And a veteran quarterback there you see at the top, Nick Ricci back. He started as a junior, and running is clearly the specialty of both these teams tonight, but both teams, including Crystal Lake, have passed the ball better of late. There you see Ricci, the senior.
And here's the kid to Low Miller, and he is just stacked at that line of scrimmage, which is the 30-yard line. So second down coming up. And here's that Cary-Grove Trojan defense coach, giving up only 8 points a game this year.
Yeah, they play a unique style defense. Donnie Sutherland, their defensive coordinator. 3-3-5. Alex Kuby, number 27. We talked about him. Pasalia, very good. And the guy who made the tackle there, Johnny Mago, back in the lineup after an injury earlier in the year.
Here's a give again, this time to Brown, and Brown maybe gets another yard, so third down coming up. We talked about the regular season meeting. That was October 14th. Both teams unbeaten at the time, and the Gators jumped out to a quick 17-0 lead, but Cary-Grove came back and they won it 28-20. Here's Brown.
And Alex Kube, number 27, coming up. Now you know why they call him the best defensive back in the state. Wow, great tackle, good closing speed from his defensive back spot.
3rd and 8 from the 31-yard line. Little play action now. Ricci rolling to his right, looking for a man, incomplete. Overshoots his intended receiver, and trying to haul it in was Brad Bartinski.
Yeah, he's a linebacker defensively, Brad Bartinski, but watch Nick Ricci on the fake and the rollout. Kuby, number 27, on the blitz, and Ricci, who's been hot of late, overthrows Bartinski. Cary-Grove holds on their first series, and again, last time these two teams played, Perry, Crystal Lake South jumped out to a 17-0 lead. Had the big lead. We'll watch the punt and then talk about that ball game.
Jake McMullen with the fair catch, and he falls forward up to the 43-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 for Cary-Grove on the fair catch by the Trojans. And there's their offense. The junior quarterback, Bill Meyer, who's had big shoes to fill from last year's state runner-up team, and that was Bill Mitz. Brian Mitz, rather.
Yeah, he's gotten better and better. Number 20, Andrew Lorman. He's their main running back. Cary-Grove runs the triple option offense. They run it brilliantly. They are strictly a running team. They'll throw the football when necessary, but similar to Crystal Lake South, love to run the ball. Lorman, their main guy. 27
yards on that punt. Now from the 43-yard line, and here's the give to Kuba, and Kuba takes it up close to midfield. And it's going to be at the 49. That's real market.
Good look at a very good Crystal Lake South defense. 5-2 set. Sometimes they'll go 4-3. 35, Johnny Eibel. 25, Brad Bartinski. They're two stars in the middle, and they got a nose guard at the top, number 55, Zach Spoor. Very good. Outstanding Crystal Lake South defense tonight, Perry. But they'll be tested because Cary-Grove, very few teams, if any, have been able to stop their running game this year.
Well, Crystal Lake South, the Gators really did a good job last week against a powerful offense. The St. Viator winning that game 17-14. Now to the air. The pass is complete for the first down and more to Nenny. Nenny inside the 30-yard line. So Nick Nenny on the first pass attempted by the Trojans for good yardage.
Finally
and a first down.
Sorry, Perry, finally brought down by Casey Mako. Good look at Nick Nenny right there, the tight end wide receiver. We mentioned Crystal Lake passing the ball better. Billy Meyer, the junior, little two-step drop, hits Nick Nenny. There's the missed tackle, and you'll see Mako come up and make maybe a touchdown-saving tackle there. But Cary-Grove, just like Crystal Lake South, passing better and better as the year has gone on.
21 yards on that pass completion and run. And straight ahead. Not much. Drew Warren getting the carry that time.
Nice tackle inside. Bunch of guys in there. Casey Mako, number 14, again in on the tackle. Good look at the Cary-Grove offense there, and more specifically, number 20, Andrew Lorman. He's their main guy, a senior. Third leading rusher in the Fox Valley Conference, 6'3", 200, similar to Low Miller, Perry. Very, very big running back, very tough on the inside.
Couple of yards on that pickup, second down, 2nd and 8 coming up for Cary-Grove. Now back to the air, back to the other side, and overshoots the intended target. That was Nick Nenny, just to the other side. So we have third down coming up for the Trojans. Could be 2-down territory.
Pretty good coverage over there by the sophomore Richie Schumacher, but just to complete, there's a good look at number 23 for Cary-Grove, one of their main offensive weapons, Nick Nenny, who already had the nice catch. So Crystal Lake South jumped down to that 17-0 lead. You had the big crowd and everything, and then Cary-Grove tightened it up at halftime. And Crystal Lake South got the lead back. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. 2:30 left. Cary-Grove scores a touchdown. They come back with a minute and 18 seconds, score another touchdown. Let's watch this play.
A third down play coming up at the 27. Now here's the pitch, wide to the right, and a first down for the Trojans. And just getting enough was Jake McMullen, who came in. We'll see him a lot on defense. We saw him catch that punt for the fair catch, and now on offense, the quick pitch to the right, and he sweeps forward for a first down.
Does not run that often, but Jake McMullen gets the call, number 28. Quick pitch out of the triple option. Look at the good block by Nenny right there. Good convergence by Crystal Lake South, but not until it was too late.
They needed 7.5. They got 8. First down, 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Myers sets them down under center. Lorman has yet to touch the football on this opening drive for Cary-Grove until now. Straight ahead is Lorman. Takes it down to the 15-yard line. So Andrew Lorman with his first carry. I've mentioned over 1,100 yards rushing on the season.
Yeah, sometimes Lohmiller overshadows him, but he had a heck of a year, the senior Andrew Lorman. Partinsky in on the tackle, as was the very active Casey Mako. And you see the great crowd that has turned out, Perry. They were anticipating 5,000 people. They had 4,000 here for the regular season undefeated matchup that, of course, Cary-Grove won. Kind of the talk of McHenry County the entire week.
Oh, the traffic was unbelievable. Tailgating, a lot of fun here in Cary this afternoon and tonight. Now to the end zone. The pass is good for a touchdown.
Nick
Nenny with a touchdown from 16 yards out.
The hometown Cary-Grove fans are standing. They love it. Cary-Grove scores first. Remember last time they played, Crystal Lake South had a 17-0 lead. And number 23, Nick Nenny, he was wide open. Perry breakdown in the Crystal Lake South secondary. And how about Cary-Grove coming out throwing the football?
Started this drive on their own 43, marched it down. Nice mixture of runs and that pass completion for the touchdown, the extra point. The kick is up by Tichy, and it is good. So with 7:35 remaining in our first quarter, the Trojans have jumped out to a 7-0 lead over the Gators.
Let's finish the story from what, again, a lot of people say one of the best games they've ever seen in McHenry County. Cary-Grove coming back with 2 minutes left. They throw the touchdown pass to Kuby. With a minute and 18 seconds left, they throw the touchdown pass to Corey Krupp. Here's another touchdown pass. That's the one we just saw. Billy Mike. Boy, is he getting good right on the money, and Nick Nenny makes a nice catch.
Different angle on that as well, Coach.
Gets good pass blocking, too, doesn't he, off the play-action fake. When you run the ball that much, you tend to get good time back in the pocket. But Crystal Lake South was not done. You get a good look at the Cary-Grove fans here on a gorgeous night for high school football. With a minute 8 left, Perry, they drove nearly the length of the field. Wonderful job by Nick Reiki leading his team down. Got the ball down to the 1-yard line. Crowd going wild. Everybody watching. No timeouts left. And Crystal Lake South runs Ryan Lohmiller, their big all-area fullback, into the line. Cary-Grove stops him at the 1-yard line and win an amazing 28-20 game.
And kicking off again, and Ryan Keeley is there, and he takes it at his own 10, trying up the middle this time. Nothing doing. He stopped at the 20. Got a touchdown drive of 47 yards, 7 plays, and they used up 2:06 on the clock.
Nice special teams tackle there by Paul Rands, number 41. Not good field position for Crystal Lake South.
Here's the road to the finals in this bracket. Cary-Grove, the #1 seed in this quadrant. And there you see Crystal Lake South, the #2 seed. So it held the form as Cary-Grove beat Freeport. And then they advanced last week as well. And we'll talk about some of those other games later. Here's Lohmiller trying to spin his way forward. How they got there was Cary-Grove with a victory first over Freeport, then beat Prairie Ridge, another Fox Valley Conference team last week, and then for Crystal Lake South.
28-0.
Yep. And their third shutout of the season now for the Gators.
9 on the defense.
And there you see a face mask call. Our referee is Ray Pagentini, our umpire Dan Schneider, John Griffin, our linesman, our line judge Bill Helmer, and Paul Cloutier, the back judge.
Trying to get a look at the replay. There's the face mask right there. Comcast camera crew right on it. Number 9, Pat Ryan, the defensive back for Cary-Grove right there. But you can't grab the face mask when you make the tackle break for the South offense.
They moved it to the 28-yard line, so 1st and 2, and straight ahead to Brown. He fights forward for that first down.
You're right, Crystal Lake South, they had a pretty easy first playoff game. They beat Antioch fairly easily, but last week's game over St. Viator, an emotional game. Good look at the replay there, straight up the middle, nice tackle. Cary-Grove's number 45 putting a hit on Johnny Mago, the junior linebacker, Perry, nicely done. And he has not played much this season. He was out with a injury for a good 6 weeks and finally was able to come back a couple of weeks ago.
So 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And here's the give this time to Lowmiller, who squirts through up the middle. Nice gain on the first down carry by the senior up to the 38-yard line, just beyond it.
Crystal Lake runs a wing tee offense. Jimmy Stugos, their head coach, calls the plays. There's one of the plays off the wing tee. Nothing fancy between the tackles. Ryan Lowmiller, and he will get stronger as the game goes on. So keep an eye on the big, strong Gator offensive line. They'll wear you down, and Ryan Lowmiller does the run.
2nd and 3 now at the 38-yard line. Here's Lowmiller again. Lowmiller with a first down and carrying tacklers inside Cary-Grove territory to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 15 yards on the play.
That's the strength of their game, Perry. They love running on the left side. Offensive tackle, Johnny Nemec. Look at the block. Jason Enos, Eric Codes, the center. Chris Wolf, right guard. Matt Nearett at the right tackle. Huge offensive line. They average about 260 pounds, and they do love running the left side behind Nemec and Enos.
So the Gators trying to respond to that opening drive of Cary-Grove, which put them into the end zone, and a 7-0 lead. Now up the middle, and that time the defense swarmed, and Kuba was there to make the initial hit.
Cary-Grove defensively, we mentioned the 3-3-5. They changed that a couple of years ago. Don Sutherland, their outstanding defensive coordinator. Good look again at the crowd. And boy, I'll tell you, weather-wise, Perry, you can see the fans comfortably dressed there. Some of them maybe too comfortable. I can't remember a season where we've had better weather from start to finish than this year. Another beautiful night for high school football.
2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line. Rinky under center. Keeping it on the ground to Lowmiller to that left side. This is the play they picked up 15 yards a moment ago. Nice second effort by Lowmiller. Bring it down close to the 40-yard line.
Yep, bread and butter. I mean, nothing fancy right here. A little off tackle, fullback leads. Good kick out block by the tight end right there. Nothing fancy. Cary-Grove knows exactly what's coming, but knowing what's coming and stopping it, two different things. Not many teams, based on their 10-1 record this year, have been able to stop that particular play.
Big third down play, 3rd and 3 at the 40-yard line. And straight ahead they go to Lowmiller, and they stop him at the line of scrimmage. The 4th down coming up.
Yeah, that time they got him. That time they got him. Nicely done. That was reminiscent of the play where they stopped Lowmiller at the touchdown line to win the ball game last time. Let's watch on the replay. Look at the Cary-Grove defense converge. Looked like number 67 might have been the first one to get him. That would be Tommy Petrini, one of the defensive ends. Nicely done. Big call coming up for Crystal Lake South.
So it's 4th and 3 at the 40, and they'll go for it.
Not going to play the field position here.
Here's Lowmiller. Lowmiller is still on his feet. Now he fumbled the football. And it doesn't matter because Cary-Grove will take over on downs.
Yeah, Lowmiller got the 3 yards he needed. The only problem was as he battled for the final 2 yards, he forgot to bring the football with him. Big stop by Cary-Grove. Last time they played Perry, Crystal Lake South jumped to a big lead. Tonight, it's all Cary-Grove, at least thus far.
So actually, it turns out being a loss on the play, but a loss on down, so the Trojans come back out on offense.
Get a look at Billy Meyer, that triple option offense. What a story he is, huh? The junior quarterback watched out football. Getting better and better as the season goes on.
And Lorman is a junior, too. So they have some weapons coming back next year, which is bad news for those teams in the Fox Valley Conference. And here's the pitch now to Kuba trying to turn the corner. He lost the football momentarily out of bounds at the 49-yard line, so they will maintain possession of the football.
Boy, another nice play. Casey Mockler, number 14, all over the field. There's a good look at the All-Stater, Alex Kuba, one of the best that's ever played here at Cary-Grove, and he just started running the ball a little bit more second half of the season. They did not want to use him that much on offense, but Bruce Kay said, you know what, this kid's got so much talent, so much speed, we got to use him on offense too. He does specialize, though, as a defensive back.
Turns up a pickup of 5, so 2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line. Straight ahead to Lorman, a big hole. Lorman trying to fight through one tackler, and he picks up a first down inside the 40-yard line.
Finally brought down by Kyle Kukuski. There's Andrew Lorman right there, big kid himself, 3rd leading rusher in the Fox Valley Conference. Straight ahead, quick hitter on the quick snap. And that's where, you remember last year when Cary-Grove beat him 34-0, Perry, that's what Cary-Grove was able to do. Run up the middle. Will Yoshis was able to get close to 200 yards last year, so Crystal Lake South will have to defend that straight ahead run.
And Kukulski kind of paid the price, but nice effort to save a touchdown. Now on the ground again, straight ahead. And it's Lorman again.
Brought down by 25 for Crystal Lake South. Brad Partinsky, their leading tackler, averaging about 12 tackles a game. We talked about the great game this year. We haven't talked much about last year's game.
Yep.
Quarterfinals, big matchup similar to this, and these same two teams in Cary-Grove, 34, Crystal Lake, nothing, Perry. And the Crystal Lake South players worked all summer in the weight room, in the camps, remembering that game and a chance, like tonight, to come back and maybe avenge that very, very bad defeat.
3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And Lorman again, and that time not much doing.
Matt Cheney, number 33, one of the guys in the tackle.
No, it's a fumble. They say it's a fumble.
Got it?
Yep.
Wow, we thought the ball was down. Let's wait for the official call. You saw Zach Spoor, 55, get up with the football. And they are indeed going to call it a fumble. The nose guard, Zach Spoor, the guy we were talking about, 55, comes up with the football. Let's watch on the replay.
Fighting forward, and there you see just kind of delayed reaction, people standing around.
My question would be, I don't know how the referee could tell that that ball, in fact, was fumbled. Looked like the runner went down. He must have had a better angle. Either way, Crystal Lake South, big break, gets the ball back.
So Ricky sets it down, a break for the Gators, and here's Lowmiller trying to bust ahead on the left side again. Takes it up from the 34, close to the 39-yard line.
Interesting strategy so far out of their wing T offense. Crystal Lake South saying, you know what, we're going to go with our strength. We're going to make you stop us, and they are running Ryan Lowmiller right over that left side consistently tonight. We'll see. Cary-Grove made a couple of nice stops in their last series.
Pick up a 4, so 2nd and 6 at the 38. And a flag, and this will be against Crystal Lake South. They had some movement along the far side of that offensive line.
Tell you, Nick Reekie, their senior quarterback, Perry, we mentioned they don't pass the ball much. Last 3 games, though, they have thrown the football, and he has gone for over a couple hundred yards these last 3 games. Wait for the referee's call here. And here's one impressive thing about both quarterbacks tonight. No interceptions on the season. Let's wait for the call.
No motion, offense, repeat 2nd down.
A very understated Ray Pagettini making the call. Good look at some of the cheerleaders down here tonight.
Not any cheerleaders, the award-winning Cary-Grove cheerleaders, just like they have award-winning cheer squad on Crystal Lake South as well.
Got the award-winning marching band down here. Just a great, great atmosphere for this quarterfinal state tournament game.
And we were really liking the music mix before the game, too. And there's a handoff. Cross action as getting a carry at time with John Trailkill.
Jake McMullen with the hit, number 28. Watch him come up. This is the wing T offense. You get that kind of action against it. Wow, throw kill with a nice run, but a nice hit at the end of it by Jake McMullen. Cary-Grove not as big, Perry, not as big as Crystal Lake South, especially in the line, but they're very quick, very athletic, fast to the ball, and their defense is absolutely outstanding. 5 shutouts on the season. They average giving up 8.5 points a game.
So 3rd and 6 at the 38-yard line. Will pass. Now some pressure, and now trying to find his way on the ground is quarterback Reekie, and Reekie has the first down. So a nice effort by the senior quarterback.
He can run the ball a little bit. Pat Ryan on the tackle. There's a good look at Nick Reekie, the senior, headed to Bowling Green University. He'll play college football next year. Won't be a quarterback. He'll be a tight end. But you can see he can run the ball. Boy, Nick Reekie has improved so much, people tell us, Barry, from his first game as a junior to now. He is a battle-tested veteran senior, and he can throw the football.
Picks up 11 on that carry. Wasn't the most artistic run, but effective indeed. Now here's Brown right up the middle. Good carry down to the 45-yard line. The fullback.
He's a nice little weapon, isn't the Crystal Lake South fans getting something to cheer about? Mike Brown, the junior, averaging about 7 yards a run this year. Nice little compliment. You concentrate on 27 too much, Michael Brown will take care of you. Very explosive coming out of the backfield.
So 7 yards, or 6 to 7 yards. We're going to call it 2nd and 4 now, make it.
Don't forget, we'll have our Daily Herald, Comcast Player of the Game, on the field post-game with Don Johnson.
Now straight ahead to Brown again. Brown fighting his way. Has another first down.
Good tackle at the end of it again. Jake McMowen, number 28, hanging on. But Mike Brown starting to run in that big offensive line. They will wear you down. Cary-Grove quick and athletic, but can they handle the size of that offensive line? Look at the hole. Just a great block by Nemec, their all-conference.
Well, that will be the last play of the first quarter with the Crystal Lake Gators on the move. They trail 7-0, but Crystal Lake driving at the 38-yard line when we come back. You're watching the Comcast Daily Herald High School Football Playoff Game of the Week exclusively right here on Comcast. Coach John Cohn, Don Johnson, great to have you with us here on Comcast as we are at Al Bohr Field at Cary-Grove High School in Cary, Illinois. Side of our Class 6A state quarterfinal matchup between the Cary-Grove Trojans in their home blue uniforms and the visitors from Crystal Lake South, the Gators in their visiting white. Cary-Grove leads at 7-0 as we start the second quarter, but the Gators are on the move, 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Here's their senior quarterback, Nick Reekie. Reekie to the air, play action going long, he has a man. And the pass is complete for the touchdown as it hit Jim Forner. 38 yards, touchdown, first play of the quarter.
What a call. Crystal Lake South bench loves it. Jimmy Stuglis calls for the play-action fake on the first pass, and Jimmy Forner, their all-conference free safety, but he's also their tight end wide open. And a perfect pass by Nick Reekie. Crystal Lake South responds. How about this? Two great running teams, both touchdowns scored on long passes. That was almost too easy. I was afraid he was going to drop it because that ball was laid perfectly by Reekie. Sometimes when you're that open, it almost throws off the concentration of the wide receiver. Great throw by the senior quarterback.
Here's a very talented place kicker, Greg Agnes, who's on a roll this year. Extra points and field goals. He's been come up with some big ones, including one that won it last week against St. Viator.
He's got the school record for extra points, almost perfect on the season. I believe that's his 12th field goal. He's 11 for 11 on field goals, I should say. So he certainly is a weapon from a place kicking standpoint. Watching the replay, the play action fake.
And they bit. They were looking first play of the quarter, and he did a nice job to hold on to it. He bobbled it because he was so open.
Yeah, look at the blue jerseys converge, and that's what's so effective about having a running back like Ryan Lohmiller. He draws so much attention. Great pass, and it was bobbled, but the bottom line is Jimmy Forner, who had a couple of big catches last week against St. Viator, hangs on and temporarily silences the Cary-Grove home fans.
So they go 66 yards, 6 plays, 2:54 on the clock. Maybe the big play was that 3rd and 6, and the scramble for the first down by Reekie kept that drive alive. And to start the second quarter, they've tied at the ball game on the first play of the quarter, 38-yard strike to their tight end, Jim Forner, also a senior.
Don't forget Zach Spoor on the fumble recovery, the turnover, and good teams will do that. They turn a turnover into 7 points on their end. So, as expected, a tight ball game. This one, I don't know if it's going to go down to the final 1 second like last the game a month ago, Perry.
But it's going to overtime. Who knows? And a little Agnes with a pop-up kick, a fair catch made there. As Joey O'Brien made the fair catch.
Might have been in respect to Alex Kuby, number 27, the defensive backfield.
Here's for Cary-Grove. Interesting thing, we saw Dundee Crown on regular season during Comcast. They did not have a great record overall, but they gave Cary-Grove, the Trojans, their toughest test prior to that matchup against Crystal Lake South.
And look at the defensive numbers, Perry. I mean, that's amazing. 6, 7, 0, 0, 10, 6, 0, 7. Their defense outstanding. And you're right, Dundee Crown was on their game, almost pulled off the upset.
In fact, they took Crystal Lake South to overtime. And the pass is complete as O'Brien pulls it in at the 43-yard line.
You're not going to see that on the passing highlight film. It takes a while to develop. Watch Jason Enos, number 63, on the rush. Get your hands up, Jason. But Myers gets it away, and a great catch. He just kind of snuggles the ball in, and Joey O'Brien, who's had a couple of big games, he has really starred in the playoffs. Good look at the senior right there, 5'9", 165, multi-talented.
Yeah, he had a couple of touchdown receptions last week, one of 30, one of 24 yards. So 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. This time it's straight ahead as Andrew Lorman getting the carry. They're going right back to him.
And Brad Partinsky, number 25, as he often is in the middle of that play there. Good look at Lorman. Partinsky, the senior, number 25, their defensive captain. You remember last year he was injured for a good part of the season, only able to play towards the end. This year he has remained healthy and averaging about 12 tackles a game.
Good enough for a first down, though. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Cary-Grove typically blitzes and shifts around a lot on defense. Against the triple option, you can't do that, though. So they'll play a little bit more straight up tonight.
Now here's the quarterback, Myers, still with the football on that option, and they swarm it. The Gators do a good job defensively to bring him down as Brandon Smith is one of those in on the steps.
Yep, Partinsky, Zach Spoor, number 55, nicely defended by Crystal Lake South. Triple option, one of the options is the fake. Billy Myers can run. And you saw 55, Zach Spoor, the guy who recovered the fumble, just wrestling him to the ground. Bill Meyer, the junior quarterback. Quarterback, the sophomore team, Perry, they were 9-0 last year. This year is the varsity quarterback, 11-0. Not sure what his freshman record was, but 20 straight wins for the young quarterback. That's not too bad.
So 2nd and 8 at the 47. Here's the pitch. And Kuba has it, turns the corner, runs into his old blocker. Nice containment job on that midfield side by the Gator defense.
Yeah, defensive player of the game so far, Casey Mako, number 14. Watch him, Alex Kuba, so quick, got him into the outside. Nice pitch right there. Outruns Jason Enos, but a great tackle, I'm telling you. Casey Mako, number 14, came to play tonight. He has been all over the football field. 5'10", 185 pounds. And Perry, he's only, according to my program, a sophomore.
A sophomore.
Wow.
3rd and 5 at midfield. Now here's Meyer with Kuba now resetting. Now to the air. Has some time now. He'll take it to the ground. A flag is thrown.
Might get a hold. Might get a hold. Looked like Billy Meyer was going to break it. The junior quarterback. Nice tackle. I think that was Spoor who hung on. Referees talking about the play. You would have to believe this will come back.
Offensive holding, number 20. 20.
Well, there you hear it. It's Lorman. So
taking it. Go back to the line.
March it off. So there you get all the information from our official tonight. Head referee, Ray Pagentini.
Of course, only the top referee crews advanced this far. The teams advanced, so do the referee crews. There you see the run, and it was Zach Spoor bringing him down. Billy Meyer, he's not a super speedster quarterback, but he is fast. He can run, and in fact, in their comeback victory against Crystal Lake South, scored 2 touchdowns late. They got Billy Meyer, rather, the quarterback, had 2 big runs to spur that comeback.
So 3rd and 15 at the 40-yard line. You would think they would try to go to the air again. Their touchdown pass was to Nenny. Now to the air, looking downfield now in trouble. And going down is quarterback Meyer.
Yeah, Crystal Lake South, then on the pass rush, they finally bring him down. Ryan Cheney, the monster in the middle, number 77, brings him down. Billy Meyer's going to come off the field. They're going to have to punt the ball. 6 foot, 310 pounds. Watch Ryan Cheney, number 77.
They got that jersey that brought him down, a sack of 8 yards.
He tackled 2 guys. Tackled the ball carrier and tackled the lineman, too. Ryan Cheney, power lifter. There's a good look at Ryan right there.
It's a good feeling for a defensive lineman coming up with that sack.
Yeah, he should get 2 for that. Brought down the lineman, too.
And the punt is partially blocked And it rolls ahead, and finally, it's touched by Crystal Lake South, the Gators, and picked up by Cary-Grove. And on the run, and they're whistling it back as Joey O'Brien alertly.
Yeah, well, now we got to wait for
the official call, but they may not be able to advance, so there's going to be a discussion on this.
Well, the first question is, off of a block, is that a live football? And the referee certainly did not make the call immediately. And I have to check the rule book here, but I would thought after a block punt, no possession gained, I thought it was not.
Here we go.
By the kicking team.
And no advancing by the kicking team.
But the fumble does count. So off the block, it's a live ball.
We'll take a...
we're going to get a look at the replay. Here's the great special teams block, beautifully done. Let's see, there's no possession there. And they pick it up. The referees did not blow it. Immediately dead. You see the Cary-Grove coaches.
Here's the call. It will be Gator football after all of that. A little excitement, but...
And the referees need to do a better job of calling that play dead, not getting everybody all excited, including you, Per. I was worried about you on that particular
Yes,
play.
it was quite a moment there in our Comcast booth.
Statistician Nick Pauley almost had to put his CPR training to work.
And Nick Pinto, too. Here's Mike Brown for a first down and more inside the 30-yard line.
So excited I got his last name wrong. Hey, Crystal Lake South on a roll now. Big run up the middle. I'll tell you, Perry, that offensive line for Crystal Lake South starting to dominate the interior. And don't forget, this is a Cary-Grove defense, one of the best in the state, giving up an average of only 8.5 points a game, and again, 5 shutouts. So they're doing it against one of the top defenses around.
16 yards on the carry by Brown, so 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Here come the Gators. Straight ahead to Brown, and that time he is brought down.
The sophomore Paul Rance, 5'10", 170 pounds. They've inserted him at the linebacker position, number 41, and he makes the tackle once again. Here at the end of the year, we see this a lot. A lot of sophomores starting to make an impact at the varsity level.
Making contributions.
Yep. We saw Ryan Kelly, the sophomore, return the first kickoff. He's a young man they just brought up after the sophomore season.
Here's Reiki under center now. And here's this give to Lohmiller. Lohmiller dancing his way for good yardage down close to the 20. They'll mark him down at the 21-yard line, so 3rd down coming up. And call it 2.
Kevin Pasalia brings him down finally. This time Ryan Lohmiller runs the right side. Nice little cutback move. We mentioned at the top of the program what makes him special, not only his size and his power, but the fact that he has great burst and quickness, and you saw it there. Good cutback, straight up the field going north-south.
Ricky now under center, 3rd and 2 at the 20. Now to the air. Looking a little swing pass. Has his man a 1st down and more. Still on his feet. Inside the 10-yard line. As they're doing it in the air, Coach. And it's Brad Partinki again.
Yeah, that's a linebacker running the football, huh? Not going to try to dodge the ball to the defenders. Watch Brad Partinski. Remember, he's a linebacker now. He didn't do this by trade. He's not going to go around anybody, but go through everybody. Lowers the shoulder. Nice tackle, though. Lowest guy wins. And that time, Cary-Grove brought him down. Good run by Partinski.
Partinki now with a 16 yards on that pass completion. 1st and goal at the 6. And into the end zone. So Partinki into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Gators have the lead from 6 yards out.
Not bad, huh? Not bad from your all-conference linebacker. He doesn't get too many carries, but Brad Partinski, who again missed a whole lot of his junior season. How painful was it for him last year? But he's had a terrific senior year, and he gets one of his biggest touchdowns there ever. Not by much, though. I'll tell you, that was close. That was close. We had to wait for the referee's signal on that one, but a nice drive by Crystal Lake South.
Taking advantage of a couple miscues by the Trojans. One, a fumble, put together a drive, and here the blocked punt. And they march it in after a little confusion, and didn't bother them offensively at all. Here's the kick is up, and it is good.
Mr. Automatic, Greg Agnes getting it done again. So Crystal Lake South on the road here, 14-7. And again, Perry, when they lost that game last year, 34-0. They dedicated their entire offseason. They knew Cary-Grove had players coming back, and this was the game they were looking for all year long. That's what they were working for. Good look on the replay. Partinski, he got across more than I thought, I guess.
Nice block in front on the right side.
So Partinki doing a nice job. First the reception, they go 43 yards, 5 plays, minute 47 on the clock.
Good blocking over there. Eric Coons, the center. Chris Wolf, Nick Kuba switching off at the right guard spot, and Matt Nearett, the right tackle. Nicely done on that offensive line.
So Partinki, part of the nice effort that time. A nice job by Riki and company as they've come out strong here in the second quarter and have taken a lead, 14 unanswered points, 6:08 remaining in the second.
A lot of times, two even teams like this, special teams will make the difference, and they certainly got the first big special teams play. Good look at the all-conference kicker, Greg Agnes. A lot of these guys are soccer players. Greg Agnes was a wide receiver in junior high and early in his freshman year, but he made the decision, number 11, to be a full-time kicker, and that's all he worked on, and certainly he's been rewarded by having a great senior year.
Corey Krupp has it this time, dancing his way to the middle part of the field, and Krupp up to the 36, 37-yard line. First time we've called Corey's number here tonight.
And it won't be the last time. He's a playmaker for Cary-Grove. Corey Krupp starting defensive back and big play guy coming out of the backfield. Had a couple of big touchdowns of late, scored a big one on a pass catch to help beat Crystal Lake South their first meeting.
Folks, remember, coverage of tonight's game is supported by a media partnership of Comcast and our good friends from the Daily Herald. Comcast, discover the power of 100% pure broadband. The Daily Herald continues to set the standard of excellence for local sports coverage. Read all about the game in the Daily Herald. The Daily Herald, big picture, local focus. So we'll see how Cary-Grove responds. Down 14-7. It's a little screen pass to the left side, and it is sniffed out defensively by the Gators.
Yeah, let's see what the number is over there. Number 65. Perfectly played defensively. James Button coming up with the defensive play. Interesting little twist out of the wing T offense here, or the triple option, I should say. Throws across the grain. But you see the nice defensive play. So Crystal Lake South on a roll right now.
So a loss of 10 on the play. 2nd and 20 now. As that Crystal Lake Gator defense has come up big the last couple of series.
Would have been Johnny Eibel over there too, number 35, an outstanding linebacker. Eibel, all conference, tremendous player. They got two great linebackers.
And now a couple players moving, a flag is thrown. Big yardage by Lorman, and another play. Oh, another fumble on the football end. It will be Crystal Lake South football.
Big penalty call coming up. See if it's going to come back. Andrew Lorman, a great run, struggling up the middle, dragging defenders, but he fumbles at the end of it. You see they're talking to Partinki, and that means
it's illegal shift.
Illegal shift. 2 men in motion at the same time.
Gator football, the second fumble. If you count the block punt as a turnover, it'd be 3 of them here in the first half.
Not typical of Cary-Grove, Perry. They rarely turn over the ball. They're so well schooled. They execute so well. Good run by Lorman up the middle. Great blocking. And let's see where the ball comes loose. There's the hit. That Jimmy Forner, the safety who made the hit, number 42. Not for sure, but a great hit. Big turnover. Now Cary-Grove's defense has to come up with a stop. Don't want to go behind 2 touchdowns.
1st and 10 at the 47.
That's a hit.
There's a hit in the backfield for you.
You're looking for a big stop. You get a big stop right there. See what number comes up in the bottom of the pile there.
Take a look at it.
Might have been Dave Oswald, number 82. Let's look. No, 67 in on the play for Cary-Grove. Big tackle, Tommy Petrini from his defensive end spot. And that was a big play. They needed that. 5'8", 208 pounds, Tommy Petrini, a senior.
So a loss of 1, back to the 48. Nice job by Petrini. Schumacher split to the left, and here's the pitch the other way to Lohmiller. Lohmiller looking downfield to throw it, and there's nobody there except for Cary-Grove defenders, incomplete, out of bounds.
Now, sometimes when teams know each other this well, as coaches, you got to put in some different wrinkles. You got to put in some special plays, keep the other team off balance. They're so well scouted, and here's one, Ryan Lohmiller. You don't throw the ball off, and it's not a bad spiral. The only problem is none of his teammates are near the football.
Jake, Mitt Moen was there, and Krupp as well. Yeah. Great spot of the field to try that from. They're 2 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. Here's a big one, 3rd and 11 for the 48. Here's Riki. Now going off far sideline. And the pass is incomplete. Great coverage there defensively by Corey Krupp.
Yeah, he was right there. Corey Krupp, he's got some big interceptions on the season. 6'2", 170-pound defensive back. Playmaker for the Trojans. Step for step on the coverage. A little bit of a fake. Nick Reekie, first time tonight, airs it out. He's got the arm. That's just great coverage. Great play by Corey Krupp.
So this just forces the Gators into a punting situation.
Outfielder on the baseball team, Corey Krupp. You can see he can jump and get up for the ball a little bit. He's probably stolen a few balls out in the outfield over that wall.
Reekie is the punter, and he gets this one away. Mid-Mullen. And lets it go by him into the end zone. He'll come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. So they avoid disaster that time. So it'll be Cary-Grove football. Folks, don't forget, next week, Game of the Week concludes our coverage of the 2005 IHSA football season with a state semifinal matchup. Tune in on Monday, November 21st at 7 p.m. as two area teams take that final step to the state championship. For game information along with additional air dates, time, and channel location, visit our website, ComcastNetwork.tv. Straight ahead, they keep it on the ground.
Andrew Lorman hangs on to the football this time. Crystal Lake South's defense, though, after the first series, has played very, very well. You get a good look at Lorman right there, the talented junior for Cary-Grove.
So there you see 3:45 remaining until halftime, and a briskly played first half thus far.
Billy Meyer, the quarterback, under signal, triple option offense. Let's see what they come with.
2nd and 7 at the 23, and just straight ahead. That just did not develop very well.
Yeah, we talk about Cary-Grove's defense. You got to mention Crystal Lake South's defense playing extremely well. Number 25, Brad Partiki in on the tackle. Zach Spoor, 55-2. Look at him stop the run up the middle. And again, that's where Cary-Grove killed them last year, running straight up the middle, quick traps, quick draws, quick hitters. Will Yoshis last year nearly 200 yards, and you can be sure Jim Stukless addressed that with his ball club.
So 3rd and 6 at the 24-yard line. Yeah, the Gator defense giving up only 17 points in 2 playoff games this year.
Chuck Oshman, their defensive coordinator, of course, leading the defense.
Out to the air again. Fire with time, and the pass is incomplete. Nice coverage defensively, as coming in the neighborhood was Ryan Keeley.
Yeah, the sophomore Ryan Kelly just brought up to the varsity watch. This could have been 6 points the other way. Billy Myers, dangerous pass to the sideline. Kelly almost. He is a quick sophomore, Perry. Going to be an impact player for Crystal Lake South, and almost got the pick.
And he goes back to receive the punt by Lorman.
Rarely do we see an underclassman. You see a lot of sophomores playing, but rarely do you put a sophomore back on punt return all by his lonesome, and that shows you the confidence Jim Stukless has on this talented sophomore.
And the punt is bouncing away, and the Gators wisely stay away from it. Down to the 47-yard line or so, just inside of it, as the Gators have 1st and 10, all their timeouts and 2:39 remaining.
Pretty good field position here for Crystal Lake South, and you can see their record not quite as dominant as Cary-Grove, but still pretty impressive.
We talked about they had the battle with Woodstock and also Dundee Crown. That game went to overtime.
Yeah, Dundee Crown putting on a fight. Crystal Lake Central, tough ball game there to finish it as they win 50-0, and they rolled in the playoffs too. And again, the game last week against St. Viator, a pressure cooker. Their defense held on to beat a very good Viator too.
It's Brown again. They've really been effective here in the second quarter, just up the middle with the junior fullback, Mike Brown.
Good tackle by the All-Stater, Alex Kuby, number 27, very active defensively. We mentioned that great Crystal Lake offensive line. They lost a good one early in the season, Matt Broderson. They actually lost him last year. He would have been a mainstay on the offensive line, Matt Broderson, but bad ankle injury, not able to play this year either.
Here's Lowmiller, and he just is stuck there at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they want to kill some clock here. They'd like to have that lead coming into halftime, but they got a good field goal kicker. Greg Agnes can boot the ball, so we'll see if Crystal Lake tries to get the ball down the field just a little bit.
Corey Krupp making the stop here. Look at him, met him head on.
Well, nice, good defense.
Yeah,
huh?
good defense by Krupp.
You can put a tackle clinic. You want to show the young kids how to make a tackle. Corey Krupp just put a film clinic on right there. That was gorgeous. Lower the hips, stride, drive the guy back. Beautifully done.
Timeout taken by the Gators. Folks, we start with Prep Sports Highlights. We mix in interviews with coaches, players, and fans. And we all have a passion for local sports. And Sports Weekly comes to life. You can catch Sports Weekly. It's Thursdays at 6:30 and Fridays at 7:30. For more info, for the very best in high school sports coverage, go to ComcastNetwork.tv. And we will have highlights of this game and other games from throughout our coverage area. By the way, the winner of this game, no easy task ahead in the state semifinals. They will face the winner of the Morris-Joliet Catholic matchup going on, and they're expecting about 10 or 12,000 for that game.
It's going to be like a college atmosphere there. The great running back, Johnny Durgo for Morris, going up against the bevy of running backs at Joliet Catholic. Of course, we did one of their games on Comcast TV. Billy McKeon and company.
Yep, and 3rd and 2, and stop after just getting the handoff.
That's the Cary-Grove defense we're talking about. Johnny Mago, number 45, a junior. He's missed most of the season. What a difference he makes. Also into the tackle, number 34 for Cary-Grove, Kevin Pasalia. His cousin Ryan, one of the coaches for the team. Good look at Kevin right there, returning starter. Remember watching Pasalia play last year. He's very good.
So 4th and 3 at the 46, another punting situation.
Yeah, not going to gamble here, give Cary-Grove any kind of chance. Kuba is deep.
Now Ben Moen. Ben Moen has done a nice average, just 15 yards. And a nice booming punt by Riki. Ben Moen lets it slide in, and it will go into the end zone. So 1:12 remaining in the first half for the Trojans and their quarterback, the junior Bill Meyer. There's the Fox Valley standings. Once again, it's Cary-Grove on top again this year. Crystal Lake South, that one loss right on this field, October 14th.
21 consecutive Fox Valley Conference victories, Perry. That's amazing. Cary-Grove, 25 of their last 26. Only game they've lost in that group.
Future Trojans.
Yeah, well, that's Coach Don Sutherland, defensive coach's son, I believe, because I'm going to assume because he's wearing a Sutherland on his back. Don Sutherland, long-time, outstanding coach for the Trojans.
Here's Meyer, 1st and 10 at the 20.
He's going to stick around long enough to coach his son.
Lorman gets the carry that time, and now just close to the minute mark. One thing you don't want to do if you're Cary-Grove is turn it over.
I was going to say, it's going to be interesting to see Bruce Kay. He calls the offense for Cary-Grove. Let's see what their approach is here. If they're going to sit, go behind 7 points and not any worse, they don't have great field position, or did they let Billy Meyer, the very talented junior quarterback, attack? No interceptions on the season for Bill Meyer.
They do get the ball to start the second half. But now to the air, over the middle, the far sideline. This overshoots the intended receiver, Corey Krupp.
Nice coverage over there. Number 9 for Crystal Lake South, step for step.
Kelly.
That's Ryan Kelly, the sophomore. Well, the question is answered, huh? They run the ball once, try to lull Crystal Lake South into thinking that they're going to run out the clock, and then Billy Myers throws it deep, and I'll tell you what, that wasn't a bad pass. Missed by maybe a step and a half.
3rd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
If you're going to miss, Perry, you're better to overthrow it than to underthrow it, and Bill Meyer shows a little power in his arm, and I love the call from Coach Bruce Kay, not afraid to take a chance and air it out late here in the first half.
1 for 3 on 3rd down so far in the ball game. And they keep it on the ground, fighting forward over the 30, so it will be a 1st down.
Partinki, number 25, in on the tackle. Watching the replay. On the ground they go. Andrew Lorman, such a tough runner. Partinki, though, bringing him down. He's playing a heck of a game defensively, isn't he?
So they still have the timeout, but the clock is ticking away now inside 20. And the Trojans struck first on their opening drive, but it's been Crystal Lake South here in the second quarter. Now they're just keeping it on the ground this time, straight ahead. And this will run out the first half.
It's a pretty nice job after the first drive by the Crystal Lake South Gator defense. They have scouted the triple option. They're winning the battle with the line of scrimmage, and they're winning the score here 14-7. But stay tuned. We should have one heck of a second half coming up.
It's 14-7. The Gators leading the Trojans. It was 7-0 Cary-Grove after one, but a couple of scores here in the second. And they've jumped out, the Gators have, to that 14-7 lead. Helped out some by some turnovers by the Trojans. Let's go on the field and hear from Don Johnson.
Down here with Coach Jim Stuglis. Your defense doing a pretty good job of containing them on the option so far in this first half.
So far it has, but we got to pick up our passing game. Unfortunately, they've got so many weapons, it's hard to stop it all. But the running game so far, we shut it down fairly well. Got to do a better job. We've gotten some turnovers. That's helped, obviously.
Offensively, Nick Reiki having a good first half, able to throw the football and get a good mixture of running and passing the ball.
Not too bad. We got to get Low Miller going, though. Obviously, he's our horse, and they've shut him down, so we've got to get him going so we have an opportunity to win this ball game in the second half.
How big was that block kick? That was kind of an odd play. And you guys came out of that smelling like a roast.
Yeah, it was. It was a good play for us, and it wasn't even called. We just got a kid who just goes after it just in case, and he got his hand on it. Luckily, we touched it, so they couldn't advance it. So luckily, we were very fortunate on that.
Okay, good luck in the second half, Coach. Let's go back upstairs to John and Perry.
All right, thanks very much. We thank Coach Stuglis for stopping by as we are at halftime, and the Gators lead it on a touchdown pass. Couple scores in the second quarter. 14-7 in the state quarterfinal matchup, Class 6A. You're watching it right here on Comcast. Just moments away from the start of the second half. Let's go on the field and hear from Don Johnson.
Down on the field with Coach K at halftime. Now, they've gotten a lot of pressure on your quarterback in that first half. What are you going to do to try to get some more protection there?
We're going to try to block better. We're going to try to keep them off balance with our running. And we need to really control the line of scrimmage better. I mean, that's what it gets down to. And we need to execute and not fumble. We've had a fumble and we had a block punt. You cannot play a team like Crystal Lake South and give up those kind of opportunities.
Triple option, the high-risk offense. But last time you were down, your last meeting, 17-0, your team is known for its resiliency. What was the message at halftime?
Just that Cary-Grove kids never quit. And we haven't done it so far this year, and we got to come out. It's a 14-7 game. We get the ball. We need to take control of the game right now in the third quarter.
Okay, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back upstairs to John.
All right, we thank the coach for stopping by, and thank you, Don Johnson, on the sideline. Here are our stats for the first half, relatively even up. Cary-Grove kind of controlled things in the first quarter, Crystal Lake South in the second. But there you see those turnovers we talked about, a couple fumbles and the block punt. And that really is the difference that kind of led to the scores for the Gators.
And you could look at those stats, Perry, and look at the 3 turnovers to 0 and say that maybe Bruce K and the Cary-Grove Trojans fortunate to only be behind by 7 points. They will get the ball to start the second half, so they're not in that bad a position. Some highlights.
Some of the highlights first half. This is a pass completion to Nick Nenny on the first drive of the ball game for the Trojans inside the 30-yard line. Moments later, it is Nenny again, and this time he's in the corner of the end zone and is complete for the touchdown. That gave Cary-Grove the 7-0 lead. Now, second quarter, here's Low Miller, Ryan Low Miller for the Gators, keeping a drive alive with a big carry for the first down. And then that set up the first play of the second half. And here's Jim Forner, the tight end, bobbled it, grabbed it, brought it in for the touchdown, tied the game at 7. Then it's Brad Patinsky with a big run here. Later in the second quarter, barreling his way forward for yardage. And then Patinsky will take it in for the touchdown over the line. 14-7, that's where we are to begin the second half. And Cary-Grove, as we mentioned, deferred to start the game, so the Trojans will receive the kick to start the second half. Jake McMullen will be going deep. Also there will be your Corey Krupp, number 8. And there you see the fans here at El Borer Field. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach, John Cohn, Don Johnson, our producer-director tonight, Andy Ziokowski, and our stat man extraordinaire, Mr. Nick Pinto. Individually, stats first half. Brown carrying for 41 yards, 10 carries for South. And Lorman, 32 yards, 9 carries. And the kickoff is handled there by Krupp. And Krupp threw a hole, but it closes quickly at the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans to start the third quarter.
We got 1 half of football left, Perry Williams. The atmosphere here, tremendous in Cary-Grove. Winner of tonight's game goes to the semifinals, 2 steps away from the state championship. So a lot of pressure right now on these young men. We'll see what kind of halftime adjustments they made. You heard Bruce K talking about not real complicated. We got to block better.
Yep.
And turn over the ball less.
Bill Meyer sets him down 1st and 10 at the 34. For plays from scrimmage to start the second. And here's Kuba bouncing its way forward for a pickup of 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Second down coming up.
Crystal Lake defense outstanding in the first half, Perry. Really, after the first drive, they shut him down. Brandon Smith, number 17, coming up making a gamble. Good look at the All-Stater, Alex Kuba right there. And Billy Meyer bringing the play in. How about Bruce Kay, the head coach, huh? 17 years, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Heading up this Trojan program. 97, he had him in the semifinals. 1998, the quarterfinals. They had a little bit of a dry period in the late 90s, early 2000s, but they are back.
And there's a first flag of the second half.
Actually went 4 and 5 in 2003, and there's head umpire Ray Pagentini.
Start. Offense.
Came back last year and, of course, made it to the state championship game. Lost to that outstanding Libertyville team 13-3 in a
battle of unbeatens for that title in Class 7A. The Trojans are now in 6A as they will face, or the winner of this game will face the winner of the Morris-Joliet Catholic Academy quarterfinal. Last report, that game was tied 14-all at halftime. So early here in the third quarter, straight ahead is Lorman trying to pick up some of that yardage from the penalty.
Yeah, not much.
Nope.
Not much. Well defended again by Crystal Lake South, number 27. Might have been Low Miller defensively making the tackle, but the South, the Gator defense, the front line, Tom Petrini and company, doing a great job there in the first half. You see Brad Partinsky calling the signals. Zach Spoor, number 55, the big kid, Mike Cheney, manning the right side of that defensive line.
Then he goes wide to the right. It is 3rd and 8 at the 36-yard line for Bill Meyer.
Steve Graney, number 77, also in there at the right DT spot.
In motion is Kuba. And Lorman has it, but good just for a few yards on the carry, so a punting situation coming up.
And with Brad Partinsky in again on the tackle, watch Crystal Lake South's defense. Cary-Grove's offensive line not able to get movement, and South a little bit bigger overall. Perry controlling both sides of the line of scrimmage. So Bruce Kay wanted to, I believe his words to Don Johnson were, regain control of the football game. First drive of the game, they don't do that. Crystal Lake South going to get the ball.
So Kelly is deep to receive the punt by Lorman, who's standing at his own 25, and he gets this one off end over end. Gets a nice roll out of bounds, so it cannot be returned.
They've struggled a little bit in the punting game. That's an area at Cary-Grove. It might be a little bit late in the season to shore up, but the punting has struggled thus far.
Coverage of tonight's game is supported by a media partnership of Comcast and our good friends from the Daily Herald. Comcast, discover the power of 100% pure broadband. The Daily Herald continues to set the standard of excellence for local sports coverage. Read all about the game in the Daily Herald. The Daily Herald, big picture, local focus.
And again, we'll have our Comcast Daily Herald player of the game selection down on the field with typically the victorious team, Don Johnson doing the duties. A lot of contenders for that spot right now. I'm sure the second half will decide that award.
There's Ricky, the senior quarterback. And the handoff to Brown. That time they wrap him up as Krupp comes in.
Looks like both defenses came to play, huh? Donnie Sutherland's got his troops fired up too. Chris Reuter, or number 34, I'm sorry, Kevin Pasalia right there, the linebacker, looking for the signals from the sidelines. Nice job by Pasalia, the senior veteran.
Pickup of 1, 2nd and 9 at the 35.
Good look at Cary-Grove's defense. 3 down linemen, 3 inside linebackers, 2 outside guys. A unique 3-3-5 setup.
Now straight ahead, and here's a big run by Brown. Brown to the near sideline. He's at the 30, inside the 30, takes 3 tacklers down to the 25. Mike Brown, the fullback, and a pickup of 40 yards.
Yeah, he's finally brought down by Kyle Hassan, number 36, but Michael Brown, the junior, kind of the change of pace back to Ryan Lowmiller. Watch the hole open up. Crystal Lake South's offensive line. He's not even touched, and then the burst and the speed of the junior finally brought down by 2 or 3 players, including the aforementioned number 36, Kyle Grisius.
So Grisius in on the stop. It's at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Now they're pinching up closer. And here's Lowmiller, and he's trying to sweep to his right, but he's hemmed in there, and he finally is brought down. But Pasalia is there, and Krupp kind of turned him in as well.
Yep, that's good teamwork right there. Krupp busts up the block, and then Basalia makes the tackle. Watch, they're running the right side now. Little of adjustment. They ran left early. Now they're running right. That's some hard hit. The Cary-Grove defense, we mentioned they're not super big, but they hit, and they're quick, and they're athletic, and they're very, very good. And I don't know, Don Sutherland, I got a feeling, fired the boys up there in the second half, Perry. Cary-Grove's defense real quick to the football here early.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10 at the 25. Now straight ahead, good yardage again. And Bartinsky, who's really doing a job here on both sides of the football, picks up the first down.
And they're resting Lohmiller. They're using him as a decoy. Brad Bartinsky, we did not expect to see him run that much, so halftime adjustments, Lohmiller early, a decoy, and they're running Mike Brown, and that time the linebacker, Brad Bartinsky. He runs like a linebacker, doesn't he?
Pickup of 11 on the play, so 1st and 10 at the Cary-Grove 14-yard line.
Remember, they're on the drive against one of the top defenses in the state, Cary-Grove.
Now here's to get to Lohmiller, who just kind of scoots his way for good yardage on the first down carry. Low to the ground is Lohmiller.
Yeah, he certainly is in that offensive line, huh? Johnny Nemec, Jason Enos starts in the middle. Good look at Ryan Lohmiller right there, the senior all-area kid. Wants to play some college football next year. Chris Wolf, the right guard. Matt Neer at the right tackle. Coons at center. They are really getting the job done. Watch the push from up front.
Pick up a 7 on the play, so 2nd and 3.
A little bit of arm tackle in there. That's one thing you can't do with Ryan Lohmiller. You got to get him, and you got to get him low. He is a big, strong runner.
So 2nd and 3 at the 7. Straight ahead, Brown inside the 5. So they are really mixing up with Brown, Bartinsky, and Lohmiller.
Everything on the ground. Kyle Gracias in on the tackle, number 36, left side of the offensive line. Gracias hanging on, making a nice tackle, gets a good assist from Mike Janik, but the Gators continue to move the football.
1st and goal to goal at the 3-yard line.
Haven't thrown a pass yet.
No, all on the ground.
And I'd be surprised if they go up in the air here. Let's see if they give it to Bartinsky, their short yardage guy.
Their offensive line averages 6'4", 260 pounds, and they are really being effective on this drive. And here's Lohmiller fighting his way close to the goal line, but stopped. So 2nd and goal coming up.
Tom Petrini and the boys up front for Cary-Grove making the stop. Again, it was Ryan Lohmiller in that emotional, dramatic finish of the game from 1 yard out. They sent number 27 into the line, and Cary-Grove, much like that play right there, stopped them. Cary-Grove celebrated, fans going wild, players going wild, and the Crystal Lake South players on their knees, helmets off, many of them in tears. That was a month ago. The Gators thought maybe they'd get one more chance at Cary-Grove, and here we are a month later, and they've got it.
And sneaking it forward is the quarterback, and it is a touchdown. Reekie in for the touchdown. We had to wait for the official call. And from a yard out is Reekie as the Gators strike again and now increase their lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Celebration time on the Crystal Lake South sideline. What a drive. You couldn't have pictured or wrote a better script for the start of the second half if you're a Crystal Lake fan or coach or player. You stop Cary-Grove and then you drive methodically down the length of the field, no passes, and score a touchdown, and Greg Agnes gets to do his thing once again.
He will sign up.
You know what he puts on the kicking tee to help cool him down?
I hate to ask, Coach.
The words relax.
And the kick is up, and it is no good, Coach.
Is that like me jinxing a free throw shooter saying...
He hasn't missed one all year.
Yeah, exactly.
So the kick is no good on the extra point. 5:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter as they went 66 yards in 8 plays. 4:04 on the clock. And the big thing was the run by Bartinsky, and Brown had that 40-yarder that really set him in. And there you see the touchdown, and Reekie and company now lead at 20-7.
You got a great look on that replay. Get a good look at Nick Reekie, the senior quarterback right there, headed to Bowling Green. He had a shoulder separation about 6 games into the season. He's still not 100%. Came back about 3-4 games ago. Nick Reekie still not throwing the ball at his best. He's going to play tight end for Bowling Green. Quarterback days will probably end, but he's hoping they don't end today. Good look at some of the fans enjoying a gorgeous night here on a Friday night for high school football.
Award-winning fans as they are lined up anywhere you can. If there's a spot somewhere, it's quickly filled.
Yeah, I looked in the parking lot. There's like 4 of them sitting on top of my car. I sent our stat man, Nick Pinto, down to chase them down, but it didn't seem to work.
Nick jumped on and joined them for a
exactly.
while.
Yeah, they offered him food, and that was the end of Nick Pinto's duties.
So after the missed extra point, Agnes will kick off from the 40-yard line.
See on the replay that offensive line, though, giving Ricky the push. Impressive.
And once again, they're as O'Brien has the return, Joey O'Brien, it's kind of not necessarily a pooch kick, but close to it.
But that's part of their game strategy. They're not kicking it deep to Cary-Grove. No question about it. All right, here comes Cary-Grove now. And remember, they were behind last game, 17-0 at the get-go. Crystal Lake South went onside kick on the very first play of the game. So Cary-Grove has been behind before, but not this much, and not in the second half.
So here's their quarterback, the junior, Bill Meyer, 5'11", 172 pounds. Kuba in motion. And here's O'Brien. O'Brien with his first carry of the night. We just talked about Joey O'Brien and haven't seen much of him so far, but there you saw plenty on a good carry, first down, a carry of 7 yards.
Off that triple option offense, they got to get him involved, no question about it. Joey O'Brien, playmaker for Cary-Grove. You're right, Perry, quiet in the first half. J.T. Turner, number 42, in on the tackle. Good look at O'Brien right there.
Forner, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got the wrong 42. Jimmy Forner, the all-area safety for Crystal Lake.
Now the pass is intercepted, and Enos has it, and he's inside the 15, deflected, and Enos grabbed it, and another turnover, and Crystal Lake South in business again.
It's all going the Gator way here in the second half. Jason Enos, he had a 61-yard fumble recovery in the St. Viator game, and look at him right there, number 63, off the deflection. Let's watch in the replay. Hard to tell what number blocked the ball, but certainly on the tail end. Let's see if we get a look right there.
Looks like 55.
Zach Spohr, who's made a bunch of big plays today. So was Zach Spohr on the deflection? Not a bad tackle from a quarterback there, Bill Meyer.
Yeah, pick up a 31 on the return, all the way to the 12-yard line. And here's Brown diving forward up the middle.
You know, Cary-Grove's defense, they know they got to come up with a stop, maybe even try to create a turnover. Crystal Lake South, 0 turnovers. Cary-Grove, 4, as you got to look at the junior explosive fullback, Michael Brown.
It's been 20 unanswered points by the Gators.
You never know in the playoffs, Perry. Strange things happen. A Cary-Grove team that executes so well, and Don Johnson talked about the triple option. It's a difficult offense to run, but nobody does it better than Cary-Grove. But tonight, 3 turnovers and a 4th on special teams.
Now here's Brown again that time.
Pasalia
again.
Yep.
So a big 3rd down coming up.
Good look at Zach Spohr right there, number 55. That's the guy who got the big mitts up and blocked the kick. Nicely done by Zach.
Yeah, he deflected that pass and alertly returned 31 yards by Enos.
He's the nose guard. You got to have a certain mentality to play nose guard. Got to be tough, willing to take some hits. Not always sometimes the marquee position, but Zach Spohr's making it a marquee position tonight.
3rd and 7 from the 9.
No passes yet in the second half for Ricky.
And here's the pitch on a loose football. Fumble, Lowmiller will scramble forward. We'll see who gets it.
Looks like Lowmiller got the ball back, Perry. Maybe not.
A break for Cary-Grove. The Trojans have the football.
Wow, mark that down. 3:24, 3rd quarter. You got a 20-7 lead, and you're marching deep in the other team's territory. Ryan Lowmiller, the senior, looked like the pitch out was pretty good, and there you see the recovery. Certainly Johnny Mago, the junior, in on the play. I'm not sure if he's the one who came up with it. Mago, number 45. Huge break for Cary-Grove. Turnaround play.
So 1st and 10 at their own 12. O'Brien in motion, but in keeping the football is Meyer on the option. So Bill Meyer on the keeper.
And Jason Enos, the young man who returned the ball 31 yards on the interception, makes the tackle. Good look at the junior right there. What a year he's having, Billy Meyer. Undefeated. Coach Bruce Kay said he watched him play his freshman year, and he said, that's a kid that's going to quarterback for me. He's smart, has the intangibles, not the fastest guy, not the most powerful arm, but he does everything right, really understands the game, watches a lot of film, mature beyond his years. I should write his college resume, huh?
Yep, and here's the pitch. And Kuba kind of scoots forward, trying to get close to that first down marker, but they're doing a really good job in containment.
Yeah, he's had a good defensive game, but you're right, he hasn't broke loose. He averages 11 yards per carry. Crystal Lake South has not allowed that. He's down to 3 or 4 today. And Casey Mako, number 14, all over the field in the first half, getting it done again.
So third down, 3rd and 3 at the 19. Big third down play coming up.
They go to the air. Joey O'Brien, Corey Krupp, 2 of their key receivers.
Yeah, Krupp is split out wide to the right.
He hasn't caught a ball tonight, I don't think.
And here's Meyer again, and Meyer does not get the first down.
Not happening. Crystal Lake South defensive line on the hold.
So 4th and 1 coming up. He got 2.
Let's watch on the replay. See who comes up. Jimmy Forner, maybe number 42. Nicely defended, hanging on the inside. What a great job by the Gator front line defense.
So the offense stays out there on 4th and 1 at their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, you got to go for it here. Time's winding down. It's a quick game. Minute 30 in the 3rd quarter. I think, you know what? You're going to win the ball game. You got to win it right now. They might be trying to draw him offside, though. That would be one of the possibilities. And I'm sure Crystal Lake South aware that Bill Meyer will try to do that.
But straight ahead, and Meyer gets the first down, spins forward. Nice effort by the junior quarterback. Meyer looked like he was stopped initially. He went forward, spun a couple of times, and gets the first down. The gamble pays off.
Hasn't lost a game since his freshman year, and he doesn't want to lose it tonight. A fake. That's a dangerous call, huh? He almost got tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Gutsy call by Bruce Kay to go for it, and a gutsy play call right there on the fake up the middle. But Billy Meyer makes the coach look good, picks up the first down. The Trojans continue to march.
1st and 10 to the 29. Pickup of 8 on that play. Keeping it on the ground. And it's Lorman, Andrew Lorman.
Brandon Smith, number 17, in on the tackle. The Gators in pretty good shape right now. That fumble by Lowmiller, though, making the game interesting. They had it in control. And Perry, it's a quick game, as running games often are. There's a good look at Billy Meyer. 3rd quarter time clock winding down, so this game is moving along.
Yep. As you see, inside almost 20 seconds now.
Yep. Don't forget, last game, Cary-Grove 2 touchdowns late to pull off the comeback. Can they do it again?
And that missed extra point.
Yep.
And loose football out of bounds with 7.2 seconds remaining. It will stay in possession of the Trojans.
Haven't seen that part of the triple option very often, where the quarterback rolls out and pitches it out. A lot of teams will call that. Haven't seen Cary-Grove do it much tonight, but there's the option pitch, and a great defensive play disrupted the play.
Officials timeout. They're calling it a fumble out of bounds.
That would be a pretty clear call.
So they'll reset the mark. So 7.2 seconds.
We do get a look on the sidelines, Perry. The All-Stater Alex Kuba, number 27, trying to shake off an injury. He's not in for Cary-Grove right now. They're going to miss him on offense, but even more if he's not able to go. I'm sure he is, but it looks like he is
limping just a little bit. But he's watching this 3rd and 4 play at the 35-yard line. Meyer. And here's the pitch. O'Brien, and boy, did they close that quickly. It's up to the 40-yard line, and looks like just enough for the first down.
Yeah, Jimmy Forner in on the tackle, number 42, the outstanding free safety and captain of the defense, one of their team leaders and all-area type kid, all-conference last year.
It is a first down, 1st and 10 at their own 40, as the 3rd quarter rapidly came and went, as Crystal Lake South punched in a touchdown, missed the extra point, but the Gators lead it after 3, 20-7. You're watching the state quarterfinal playoff game here in Cary, Illinois, exclusively on Comcast.
You changed your position. You're a wide receiver there, Brian?
Yep, they changed me to wide receiver this year. It's a pretty great change. It's playing quarterback here. It's a great change.
What about that big 4th and 1 call? Ooh. You saw your colleague there, Mr. Meyer.
Coach K is a really gutsy call, and 4th and 1, he usually punts it away, but it was nice. It was a good play.
How big do you think that's going to be for the team in terms of a confidence builder?
It's going to change a lot. I mean, 4th and 1, it's got to be a confident play, so it's going to boost the confidence.
Okay, good luck to you at Northern Illinois. Just a year ago, you were the runner-up quarterback in the 7A finals.
Yep.
Move on. We'll be looking for you. We'll keep watch. Let's go back upstairs to John and Barrett.
Okay, what a great job Brian Mitz did. And, of course, his father, Bill, head coach at Stevenson, and they have a big matchup against Maine South and Class 8A, that quarterfinal matchup.
3-year starter was Brian Mitz, one of the best that ever played here. Very much like their quarterback now. Good look at Jake McMullen. Very cerebral, very intelligent quarterback in Northern Illinois University. I don't know if he's going to play QB, but they got a winner right there.
Going to the air, the pass is incomplete. No flags as it was Krupp intended on that far sideline at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Billy Meyer's got to go to the air here in the 4th quarter, down a couple of scores. Remember, he had 2 touchdown passes in the 4th quarter in their comeback win. It was on the very same field. Crystal Lake South fans thinking, no, this can't happen again. But, Perry, we are in kind of a similar situation. So we'll see if Crystal Lake South is able to stymie the rally, but the Trojans marching.
3rd and 2 at the 48-yard line early here in the 4th quarter. Now we have a whistle.
Telling the teams to go back to the huddle, Perry, see what the call is. Well officiated game thus far. Not too many penalties.
Nope. And they just had to replace the football. Adjusted accordingly. Nice job. It's 3rd and 2. And talk about a game of inches. That could be always significant. So wanted to get it right, and they got it right. Here's Meyer now on 3rd and 2 at the 48. Out to the air. The pass is complete to Krupp, and Krupp now is driven out of bounds. 1st down. Best drive since the 1st quarter for the Trojans.
He's been quiet offensively, has Corey Krupp. He's a weapon, very, very talented. Coming out of the backfield as a wide receiver. Billy Meyer on the quick down and out. Nice catch. Good convergence. Forner over there makes the tackle at the tail end of it. There you see Jimmy.
Pick up a 14 on the play. 1st and 10 at the 38.
Isn't that amazing? No interceptions on the season for either one of these 2 quarterbacks. They don't throw a lot, but that's still amazing. This deep in the season, no INTs for Meyer or Nick Reekie, the Gator QB.
Although I guess the deflected one would count.
You're right.
But straight ahead to...
Yeah. You are absolutely correct. That would have been his first on the season. Cary-Grove running the ball. Keeping an eye on the clock. 11 minutes left. No reason to panic yet again. They scored 2 touchdowns with 2:34 left in the ball game last time in that classic matchup.
Jake McMullen getting some carries here on this drive for Cary-Grove.
Well, it's Kuba, number 27. We're going to keep an eye on him. Still hobbling a little bit on the sideline. Looks like he's okay to go, but they're not putting him in at running back. See if he goes in on defense.
And straight ahead is Lorman, and Lorman fighting forward, trying to get close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, I tell you, want to put stock on a young player and buy while the selling is still available. Number 14, Casey Mako. He's been all over the football field today. Andrew Lorman just got a good look at him. He's greeted number 14 a few times, and there is Alex Kuba, and speed is his game, Perry, and he is not at full strength right now. Looks like he's favoring maybe the right side a little bit.
Yeah, trying to do a little stretching or work it out somehow.
Division I recruit. Early in the season, he was being recruited, but not that highly. He had a sensational senior year. Everybody after him now, including Purdue and certainly Northern Illinois University. He'd love to join his old teammate, Brian Mitz, who we just interviewed.
Just enough for the 1st down, so the drive continues, and still plenty of time. 10:31. Let's take a look on the replay as Lorman fights forward. Nice job by the junior tailback. So 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Big play to keep this drive alive was 4th and 1 at the 20, their own 21. Now they have it at the Crystal Lake South 28. Now to the air. Looking one way, and Meyer steps up into the pocket, has a man. The pass is complete inside the 20 as McMullen has it. Out of the backfield, Jake with the reception.
Ryan Kelly, another sophomore, makes the tackle. Look how tough Billy Meyer is in the pocket. Pressure coming, and he delivers a pass on the spot. That's tough. Under pressure, your team down a couple of scores. You got big white jerseys coming after you, and he put that ball on the spot. Pressure throw by the quarterback, the junior Bill Myers.
Pick him up 9 on the play at the 19-yard line. Here's Meyer. O'Brien in motion. And here's McMullen again, and he gets the first down.
Casey Mako again in on the tackle, number 40. But Jake McMullen, number 14, I should say, McMullen picking up some of the replacement for Alex Kubo, who's temporarily injured. You see the tackle by Mako, but Jake McMullen picking up some tough yards on the inside.
Down to the 16-yard line now. An impressive drive for the Trojans.
Haven't mentioned that Cary-Grove offensive line, but their center, Chris Nagorny, an all-conference kid. He's very, very good. Josh Thompson, the right guard.
Now to the air again, Meyer. Looking for the end zone. Here's a man, touchdown! Corey Krupp, touchdown, 16 yards out. As the Trojans are back on the board, their first point since the first quarter.
Well, Krupp caught one against Crystal Lake South last time for a big touchdown. He gets it done again. You can keep him quiet for a while, but not for long, and Corey Krupp responds. Cary-Grove fans love it. Good look at him right there. And how did Bill Meyer get that much on the football? Because Perry, he was hit on the release and still able to get enough on the football. That Meyer, he is a competitor at quarterback.
Here's Tichy for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. 9:09 remaining in regulation time. It is now Crystal Lake 20, Cary-Grove 14. The Trojans with the touchdown.
And that missed extra point starting to loom big. Crystal Lake South fans thinking this can't happen again. Can it? Watch on the replay. Bill Meyer, Crystal Lake South getting a good rush. They pressured him. He gets hit and still delivers a perfect pass. I mean, that's amazing. Coverage by the sophomore Ryan Kelly, not bad. Watch Meyer. Boom! Great pass by the junior.
And he beat the sophomore defensive back Kelly on the play.
And again, the coverage not that bad. Took a great pass by Bill Meyer, and he got it done. Cary-Grove cheerleaders excited about it. Fans fired up. We said this thing was going to come down to the wire, Perry, and expected a great game. Nearly 5,000 fans here at Al Moore Stadium, and the game may be living up to its very lofty expectations.
Impressive drive, 88 yards, 15 plays. They did use 6:13 on the clock. The drive started in the third quarter and carried over here into the fourth. And here's Kelly with the kickoff return, and Kelly trying to get some yardage, and he is brought down. Nice special teams coverage that time by the Trojans.
Again, that's a pressure spot for a sophomore, huh? Returning the kick in a huge game like this, but he handled it beautifully.
Folks, we want to tell you about an exciting new program right here on Comcast. It's called Chicago Bears Community Huddle. Each program will learn about the off-the-field heroics of the players and their often unsung contributions to the community. We'll feature an outstanding prep student athlete, and one lucky Bears Paws Kid of the Week will receive an autographed Bears football and more. Catch the Chicago Bears Community Huddle Tuesdays at 6:30, Thursdays at 9:30. Additional information, ComcastNetwork.tv.
Not much for Mike Brown. Cary-Grove has got the momentum all of a sudden, Perry, and we talk about the missed extra point, but clearly the biggest play of the game right now, the pitch to Ryan Lohmiller.
The fumble.
Crystal Lake South had the game in hand, and now they have lost momentum. Let's see if that big offensive line can regain the momentum.
Reiki under center, 2nd and 8 at their own 26. And here's the give to Lohmiller, and he is bottled up, so a huge third down play coming up.
Now you tell me the Trojans aren't fired up defensively, got the momentum going. Steve Brainy, the big kid at the bottom of the pile, 6'4", 240 pounds. Look at the speed and quickness, and a great tackle by Steve Brainy. Nice guy to have on the inside of the line. The Cary-Grove Trojans, again, not real big, not huge, but so quick. So pass to the football, brilliantly coached by Don Sutherland, their defensive coordinator.
3rd and 6 at the 28-yard line. Leading by 6 are the Gators. Trying to pick up the first down to the air. Reiki, a little screen pass. And Bertinsky fights his way forward for the first down.
And how huge is that? Brad Partinsky, not usually an offensive threat for Crystal Lake South, but tonight he is. Watch Partinsky, good look by Ricky, good look off by Nick Ricky. Watch Partinsky, he knows where the first down is, breaks a second tackle, fights. That's an unbelievable play.
Needed 6, he got 8. The drive stays alive, 7:30 remaining here in regulation time.
In the horse race for our Comcast Daily Herald Player of the Game, Brad Partinsky might have pulled just a nose ahead. Nick Ricky and the Gators on the march.
And a first down, and here's Lohmiller, and he is bottled up. Maybe a pick up one, a loose football. The Trojans have the football.
See if they call him down. He might have been down. We'll wait for the call. It's going to be huge.
And it looks like Cary-Grove football.
Wow.
Turnover is the story in the first half here. Late, it's been the other direction. Cary-Grove trying to take advantage.
Unbelievable. Crystal Lake South. Kyle Gracias watching the replay. Lohmiller fighting for extra yard. First stripped, and he picks up the ball. Nicely done. So the same guy, Kyle Gracias, strips the football and picks it up. What a play, Perry. And Cary-Grove is trying to pull a repeat of that last miraculous victory.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Krupp, foot wide to the left.
Nobody's sitting down in the stands below us, Perry. Everybody's standing.
And Meyer pitches a dangerous pitch. And Kuba gets it, and he loses yards on the play.
Yeah, Jimmy Forner met him in the backfield. Kuba back in the game. That's good news for Cary-Grove. How quick is he? We don't know. Dangerous play. Watch on the replay, our Comcast camera crew catching it as they always do. Whoa, nice hands by Kuba. And Jim Forner, number 42, starting to make a lot of plays defensively for Crystal Lake South.
First, he had their first touchdown on a catch, and he snuck behind everybody, and good concentration. He was wide open.
Another contender for our Player of the Game award. That don't matter right now. The W is what counts, and Cary-Grove's going for it.
Meyer with it now in motion, and they go back the other way. And McMullen has it. So 3rd down coming up. This is 4th down territory, I would imagine.
Mention the rest of that Cary-Grove offensive line. Nick Charles, the left tackle. Mike Yosius, Will's brother, only a sophomore at left guard. They've rearranged that offensive line. Took them a while to get a set 5, but they had the last couple of games. The right tackle, very talented, Tony Calabrini. Not as big as CLS, but very, very good, very well-schooled offensive line for the Trojans.
Halfway through the 4th quarter now. It's 20-14. The Gators still trying to hold on. Now to the air. Meyer has his man along the sidelines. And it's grabbed by Nick Nenny. Nenny with their touchdown grab to open the scoring in the 1st quarter.
Good look at Bruce Kay right there. Good look at the replay here. Bill Meyer, boy, accuracy is his game. Great catch right in front of the Cary-Grove bench. Bruce Kay, by the way, Perry, went to school at Cary-Grove, played football here, has coached here, has been the athletic director here. He lives and breathes Cary-Grove football. He has been here for most of the years of his life.
4th down coming up. 4th and 6 at the 28 for the Trojans. 5:52 remaining regulation time. O'Brien now back to pass is Meyer. Meyer collapsed, and he is brought down. He is sacked by the defense of the Gators. As coming on in was number 17, Brandon Smith.
Yeah, how about that? They've been rushing Meyer all day, and Brandon Smith getting congratulations from his teammates. So the momentum of the game switches. Crystal Lake South. Watch on the replay. Breakdown in the blocking. Smith unblocked from the blind side, and down goes Billy Meyer. Huge play for the Gators. He fought off a block. Nice job by Brandon Smith. Actually, the blocking was there. He just was able to get around it.
Now Ricky under center, plenty of time, 5:47. Both teams with all of their timeouts. And here's the give to Thrillkill, and
same guy.
Yep.
Kyle Gracias having a great second half here.
Thrillkill, one of his rare carries.
Love the name.
Cary-Grove will take a timeout.
Love the name. Johnny Thrillkill off the wing T offense. And Kyle Gracias coming up big here in the 4th quarter for that very talented Cary-Grove defense. So they got 2 timeouts left. Interesting, using a timeout here with 5:38. A lot of coaches will wait till it gets maybe under the 4-minute mark. So really what it does, it puts pressure on Cary-Grove to make the stop right now.
Folks, next week, Game of the Week concludes our coverage of the 2005 IHSA football season. with a state semifinal matchup. Tune in on Monday, November 21st at 7 p.m. as two area teams take that final step to the state championship. For game information, along with additional air dates, times, and channel location in your area, visit our website at ComcastNetwork.tv. There's our home for the evening, that press box. Done a nice job. We thank the folks here at Cary-Grove for hosting us once again. Always enjoyed coming up here to the Fox Valley. Great community support through all the schools here in that Fox Valley Conference. And obviously the whole community is here tonight. I don't know how many are left at Crystal Lake either. So Partinsky battling forward, stays inbounds.
That's a key.
So third down coming up. The clock continues to run.
Now Cary-Grove used a timeout early and looks like they're going to stop the clock again.
So third down coming up.
Interesting that the strategy can pay off. If you stop them on the first set of 3 downs, that's real effective because now you get the ball back with time. The problem is they pick up a first down, you're out of timeouts. Watch on the replay. Brad Partinsky just driving the pile, finally brought down, and more importantly, Partinsky smart enough to stay in bounds.
So a timeout is taken on the field by Cary-Grove. Folks, learn about the latest happenings, important health news, and upcoming local events on Community Connection with Cindy Bravos. Sundays at 6:30 and Wednesdays at 9. For more info, go to ComcastNetwork.tv. That's Cindy Bravos on Community Connection.
Boy, some of the teams we've watched all season long. Good look at Bruce Kay there. Head coach, 17 years at Cary-Grove. He was the head girls varsity basketball coach for a while. And the Cary-Grove fans, of course, following their team.
Here's the huge third down call. Our last big third down play, they went to the screen pass. Now Riki going back the other way, and it is dropped, incomplete. Yeah. It will stop the clock.
You can fool them once, you ain't gonna fool them again. The play intended for Brad Partinsky, so not sure about that call. I thought they were gonna let Riki throw the football down the field. Watch on the replay, look off, but no, Cary-Grove's defense too smart for that. Once the knee is down, the play is over. Gracias right there to make the hit, just in case.
So the Gators will have to punt it away at the 37. Riki, the quarterback, is also their punter. McMullen is deep, standing on his own 30-yard line. And he dropped the football, but still gets away a pretty good punt, considering. Now let's see where they mark it. It went out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good field position for Cary-Grove, and this is what high school football is all about, folks. 5 minutes left. A trip to the state semifinals. Nick Riki fumbles the ball, just gets it away. But you can see he didn't get all into it, so Cary-Grove will get good field position. But how about this pair? 5 minutes left. Packed stadium. You see our somewhat packed press box up here. And Cary-Grove, the home team, down 6 points, and that missed extra point still looming in the back of the Crystal Lake South players' minds.
From their own 40-yard line, 5:20 remaining on the clock. The Trojans have it 1st and 10. Now to the air. Meyer going long, has a man. Krupp, he hauls it in. Corey Krupp inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line.
It's like a repeat of the last game, the classic from a month ago. Cary-Grove fans, they feel like they're watching the rewind. And the big play guy, Corey Krupp, watch the pass from Billy Meyer. Again, under pressure, fires a perfect strike, and Krupp with the great hands. An unbelievable play for Cary-Grove.
38 yards on that pass completion.
I mean, he had to put that ball on the spot. He had to put enough juice on it. Perry got it over 2 defenders, but not too far. Great touch, and just enough on it from Bill Myers.
They reset the clock now inside 5 minutes. Now to the air again. Meyer going to the end zone, going for Krupp. The pass is caught, and we're waiting for the official call.
They say it's going to count.
No, they said he was out of bounds.
Wow. Now there is a flag on the play. You can get called for pushing out of bounds too. We'll wait for the call.
Yeah, there may be offensive pass interference. The initial.
Offensive pass interference by number 8.
Yeah, Ray Pagentini, the head official, is very calm there. Nobody else is calm in the stadium right now. Watch, Cary-Grove, Bruce Kay, a running team, but they're going to the air. Corey Krupp. Yeah, it was a good call. Right at the beginning of that play, you saw the push. Good catch by our Comcast camera crew, and a no catch. Bruce Kay, the riverboat gambler here, kind of.
And a loss of down, Coach.
Getting away from their triple option running game. You're right, the loss of down is going to hurt.
Yeah, it goes from the 22 all the way up to the 37, so it's 2nd and 25.
Crystal Lake South secondary was outstanding. Don't forget they played against Jared Funk, maybe one of the top quarterbacks in the state last week.
St. Viator, yep.
Secondary held up beautifully against St. Viator, absolutely.
Here's Meyer now at the 37, 2nd and 25. And here comes the blitz. They're trying to break through that line. And now 3rd and long coming up.
Yep, well defended. Brandon Smith, number 17, having a big second half. Over in on the tackle for Crystal Lake South. Try to go to the run. Quick pitch. Cheney on the chase. There's Brandon Smith, number 9. The sophomore Ryan Kelly, nicely defended by Crystal Lake South.
So 3rd and 24 coming up.
Let's see, Bill Meyer, the junior quarterback, his will to win, very much like his predecessor, Brian Mitz, refusing to lose those intangibles that coaches talk about so much, but he's in a pretty tough situation here.
Now Meyer under center, back to throw again. Now in trouble, scrambling to his right, looking downfield, and he's throwing to the end zone. And Krupp is incomplete, out of bounds. Nice coverage. Couple defenders there. Corner was there, and also Kelly.
You see Corey Krupp right there looking for the flag call. Bill Meyer keeping the play alive. Crystal Lake South again on the pass rush. They got good pressure all night. Out of the pocket he goes, looking. Clearly looking for number 8 right now. That's just nice coverage, and Krupp actually had a chance to come up with the football. He typically will make that catch, so Bruce Kay, I don't think there's any doubt about it, right, Perry? You go for it here?
Well, they burned those 2 timeouts, so
3:53 left. You're too far for a field goal.
The other thing we noticed their punt game was not all that in warm-ups, so they are going for it.
Not the strength of the team, and you're right, out of time.
Maybe want to pin it back, but I think they have 1 left. But on 3:53 and 4th down, 4th and 24. Here comes Meyer. Good protection over the middle. The pass is incomplete, out of bounds.
Ran out of real estate. The pass was perfect. The catch was perfect. But they just didn't have enough on that side of the football field. And Crystal Lake South, not over yet, but 3:47 left in the ball. Watching the replay.
Joey O'Brien.
Short side of the field.
They had enough yardage.
Yep.
Just could not get the feet down.
Yeah, great pass, great catch, great protection, everything right. Just the field needs to be about 1 yard wider. Referee's right on it. You can see, you can't quite see the feet on that replay, but you can tell. Impossible to get the feet down. He was clearly out of bounds. Good call by the refs.
3:47.
1 first down will clinch the game. Now, Low Miller has fumbled the ball twice.
To Partinsky, straight ahead, good yardage on first down, up to the 45-yard line or close to it.
And they're going to give it to Brad Partinsky, the senior. Ryan Lowmiller has had such a phenomenal career, and it very likely will continue into the state semis. But with the 2 fumbles, maybe you're thinking about it a little bit. I think they'll give the ball to Partinsky again.
Cary-Grove, unbeaten last year, all the way to the state championship game.
How about the block by Lowmiller, huh? Not running with the football. Big Ryan throws a key block.
Unbeaten this year, 11-0. 3:38 away from the first loss of the year, which would knock them out. But there's still time. They take a timeout. But a pickup of 6, so 2nd and 4 coming up at the 44-yard line.
And again, a Crystal Lake South team that lost such an emotional game a month ago. And, of course, the 34-0 loss in the quarterfinals to this very same Cary-Grove team. And they wanted one more shot, Perry, and the big win over Viator and the matchups by IHSA
We're going to have Nick
to
Pinto help you now.
Yeah, my goodness.
No timeouts left for Cary-Grove.
Got to hang on to the football and got to pick up the first down.
And they will punch everybody up, and they'll try to strip it too. Partinsky.
Oh, nice tackle.
Yep.
Wow, what a second half played by Kyle Garcias, number 36. Had the big strip earlier. Great tackle right there. Good look at Brad Partinsky, number 25.
And they will try to use up as much time as they can. This is the big 3rd down coming up.
See the way Partinsky hanging onto the football, though. Left arm on top, right arm on the bottom. Just wrapping it up, not going to let the ball get stripped away. Of course, Cary-Grove right now trying to strip the football and create a turnover.
Here they need to create a stop at 3rd and 1 at the 47. This could be the season for the Trojans. Out of timeouts. Riki trying to sneak forward, gets that extra push, and gets the first down.
Looked like he might have been stopped at first, Perry, but they moved the pile. Crystal Lake South fans waiting for the official call. Waiting. Still waiting.
And they told him to step back, but Coach, I think that pile moved.
There's no question. He got the first down there. There's the call. Watch the offensive line. Watch quarterback Nick Riki just pushing. That size advantage paying off right there, Perry. And that will come close to doing it. Crystal Lake South not celebrating yet with 2:50 left, but they're well on their way.
Now if you're Cary-Grove, you have to become ball hawks. Yep. Do anything you can to get the football.
Yep, you're not quite in a kneel down situation just yet. One more first down puts it away, but you're darn close. No timeouts left for the blue jersey Cary-Grove team.
Now they're just giving it to Bartinsky, and he goes straight ahead, sure hands by the senior. And he's done a nice job, too, on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, averages 12 tackles a game. I don't have the stats in front of me, but he's got to be right close to that or more. Bartinsky and his buddy Johnny Eibel, the two outstanding inside linebackers. The Gator defense, very good tonight.
Now we're reaching the 2-minute mark at 2nd and 7 coming up at the Cary-Grove 48. They cannot stop the clock. And here's Riki. And it looks like he does stay in bounds.
Yeah, they faked it up the middle, gave it to Nick Riki and the keeper. The only dangerous thing about that one is the Cary-Grove players can kind of ride you out of bounds, but Riki, who gets up a little shaky, remember he had the shoulder surgery, or shoulder injury, I should say, separated shoulder, middle of the season.
So 3rd and 4 at the 47. And they will use every second they can.
But Cary-Grove, if they make a stop, will get a chance for the football. One more shot at it again. First, they got to make the stop.
Now straight ahead.
And they do.
They make the stop.
Not going to have much time when they get the ball back, but they'll get it back. Paul Rands, the sophomore, in on the tackle. Bartinsky hanging on to the football. Crystal Lake South has seen so many amazing comebacks from Cary-Grove. They ain't going to celebrate until the clock is down to 0.
They'll go ahead and take the penalty if they have to and get the delay of game.
Yep. Winner will take on the winner of Joliet Catholic and Morris. Fox Valley versus the Catholic League.
Last we heard they were tied up at in the second half at 14. So now a timeout taken with 33 seconds.
How about the playoff run, Perry, by some of the teams we've watched this year? Barrington doing a great job. Hinsdale Central, Lincoln Way East, Stevenson, and Maine South meeting.
And don't forget to catch us on Sports Weekly. That's Sports Weekly. Thursdays at 6:30, Fridays at 7:30. For more info, go to ComcastNetwork.tv. So tune in on Thursday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. for highlights of this game we're watching, as well as Joliet Catholic at Morris, we were just talking about. Maine South at Stevenson, 8A. Lincoln Way East at Brother Rice. Edwardsville taking on Hinsdale South, and Plano tackling Immaculate Conception. All those highlights and a lot more, including news and notes on Sports Weekly.
Yeah, some great quarterfinal matchups coming up this weekend. There's going to be some great semifinal games, and of course, Thanksgiving weekend, the state tournament. That's the ultimate goal of all these players. You see the Cary-Grove offensive coach, Bruce Kay, giving the last-minute instructions, maybe a trick play. But first, you got to handle the special teams.
So Riki. And they are going to rush everybody.
Yep. Assuming they don't get the block here, or even if they do on the recovery, they will have somewhere around 26, 27 seconds to work with. Key snap right here.
Yep. And handled well. Punt away. And out of bounds. Nice punt.
Come on,
inside the 20-yard line. Not much time. 27 seconds. No timeouts.
Well, Cary-Grove, a championship team. They got championship-type players. Crystal Lake South trying to regain the championship and finally get to the semifinals, a step they haven't been able to do in school history, and certainly under the successful career of Jim Stokes. And they're 27 seconds away. But Bill Meyer, Corey Krupp, Joey O'Brien, Alex Kuba and company, still dangerous.
37 yards on that punt. 27.4 seconds, down by 6. Everyone split wide to the left. Meyer getting protection, going over the middle for his man, and the pass is complete. And they will stop the clock to move the markers with 19.9 seconds.
Amazing.
And it's Corey Krupp.
What a pass, huh? What a pass. Deep post pattern, straight over the middle, splits the seams of the zone defense. Great catch by Corey Krupp. Bill Meyer continues to impress.
35 yards on that pass, and they will just ground the ball, stop the clock, 17 seconds.
Yeah, you got time for at least 2 more passes, maybe a third, but if you do, one of them's got to be out of bounds. Watch on the replay. Good protection. And a phenomenal pass.
Yeah, and great catch, too. There was 3, you see 4 defenders there.
Yep, had to be perfect. Bill Meyer, I'm telling you, Perry, he is going to be a good one. He already is a good one, but knowing he's coming back for his senior year, got to be awfully assuring to Bruce K.
17 seconds. At the 46-yard line, 2nd and 10. Meyer, his receiver split to the left. Gets good protection this time again. Going for the near sideline for Kube, and it is knocked down. Forner was there, had the interception, and now there's 10.5 seconds remaining.
Jimmy Forner, what a way to finish out your career. Well, not finish out, he's probably still got another game, but Jimmy Forner, the senior, has a chance for an INT here. Ouch.
A little mix-up on the pattern, I think.
Yeah, you know, you can't blame both guys going for the football. His teammate Johnny Eibel deflecting the ball. Bruce K, it's desperation time, maybe. Maybe the final play, 10.5. They might have time for 2.
.5 seconds, what a ball game. Great to have you with us all season long here on Comcast. This is the state quarterfinal game. Kube. And Krupp to the left. Now in trouble is Meyer. Meyer dumps it off. The pass is incomplete with 3.3 seconds. And all that running around chews up a lot of clock as well.
Yeah, and even if he makes the catch, Alex Kuba right there, number 27, the All-Stater, possibly playing his final game for Cary-Grove. What a great career he's had. But Billy Meyer, you're right. You don't want to be wasting that time.
Threw it a little high.
Unless there's a penalty, this will definitely be the final play. Crystal Lake has got 2 defensive backs about, 30 yards down the field, and then 1. And I believe that's Jimmy Forner playing a free safety right near the goal line.
Barring a defensive penalty, this will be the last play of the game. 3rd and 3. Cary-Grove, its unbeaten season on the line and a chance to go to the semifinals. Meyer in trouble. And he goes down and he's sacked as the game comes to an end, and it's on to the state semifinals for the Gators of Crystal Lake South. 20-14, the final score. Let the celebration begin as the Gators have advanced with a win here tonight over their rivals of the Fox Valley Conference. Your final once again, 20-14. Back with our Comcast Daily Herald Player of the Game interview right after this. Lake South, they win this quarterfinal matchup, and what a game it was. 20-14 is the final score. Now let's go onto the field and hear from Don Johnson, who's standing by with our Comcast Daily Herald Player of the Game.
Down on the field with our Comcast Daily Herald Player of the Game, Brad Pertinsky. First of all, congratulations on a big win in the rematch. How does that feel now coming out here? You were a big play on the offensive side of the ball, running that football. Really kind of caught them by surprise, I think.
Yeah, you know, it felt great being this team. We've always wanted to beat them, and then our common goal that everybody had on the team was to win the state championship, and we're just another place closer.
Defensively, you were a big catalyst. You guys came up with some big stops. They went for it twice on 4th down, and that showed a lot of confidence, but you guys stood big in the second half.
You know, defense, we went in the half, 14-7. We thought of it. We're like, all right, we can score at least one more time, so all we got to do is hold them for one more score, and we did.
Did that last game ever pop into your head? They came back on you, behind 17 points. Did that ever creep into your thoughts in this game?
It came into my head, but I just had to put it in the back of my head because I didn't want to worry about it. So.
Nick had a great game as well at quarterback. Congratulations, you'll advance. You'll probably meet the winner of the Joliet Catholic Morris game. They were tied on the last score, I heard, but congratulations to you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, on an outstanding effort. Let's go back upstairs to John and Perry.
All right, thanks very much. Congratulations, and what a great job Ricky did as well at quarterback. And congratulations to the Gators, and our thanks too to the Trojans. Outstanding season for them as it ends here tonight by the final score 20-14. Any final thoughts, Coach?
Yeah, what a great football game, Perry. Hard to live up to the game from a month ago, which people said was a classic. This one, another classic, right down to the wire. Two tremendous teams, and certainly congratulations to Crystal Lake South. They finally make it to the state semifinals.
Okay, for the coach, John Cohn, for our sideline man here.